filming it the experience was very different than it was in Atlanta, because in Atlanta the show was unknown at the time. There wasn't really any type of like comparison or preparation for coming into Georgia. So it was a lot harder to get locations, and just, I think, production in general. But when we arrived in Kansas City, like, there were government buildings that were lit up with pride colors welcoming us, and they stayed there for all the months that we were there. So the city was very prepared, super excited, welcomed us with open arms. It made it a lot easier to sort of explore different venues of places where we wanted to film, and people were just really excited to have us there, which sort of like added a lot of like a nice energy and warmth to production. Watching the episodes is really interesting, especially because I don't get to see what my castmates, what the other fabbers do in a lot of their field trips. We sort of talk about it a little bit during the week, but we never really get to know what's going on until we see the episodes. So for example, when I saw the Jones sisters and I saw Mary with getting her teeth, like, that for me was, Tan mentioned what an emotional experience it was, but like, to actually see that happen and see somebody who has wanted to smile her whole life but has been hiding it, to have that change in an instant just from somebody giving her a little attention and fixing something that is superficial, but how much it can profoundly impact your insides as well. That just like blew me away. I had a really good snot cry with that one. But it was really lovely to see our comfort level in everything that we do. Like, we've all sort of let ourselves go in a really nice way, I think. And the way that we interact with one another, I noticed that, because we were relatively strangers when we started filming in Atlanta. We didn't really know each other. We got along great, we had great chemistry, but we didn't know each other's like little quirks and eccentricities. And now to see us sort of like poking at each other and like testing each other out more and having more fun, I think it makes for a better show, but also it shows sort of like how much we've grown in such a short amount of time.
You mentioned the Jones sisters,
Mm-hmm.
the barbecue sauce.
I still don't know what's in it.
Okay, so you answered my question.
Was that the question?
Have you figured out the secret?
There is something apple cider vinegary in there, or maybe it's like, I don't think it's a regular vinegar because it had like a sweetness to it that made me think of apples. That's why then I thought of tamarind, because it was like a sweet tang. I have no idea. They didn't let anybody see. They're so protective over it, and I really respect that, as frustrating as it is. But you know what? They sold out, which is important.
Well, their Instagram is kind of blowing up too. Like, they're up to like, I think it was like 62. I forget how many followers. I could be totally wrong, but I was like, oh wow.
They deserve it. They deserve every single follower they get.
Would you and your boyfriend ever do a reality show more focused on like you two as a couple, or would you never want to do something?
I feel like I give so much of myself on Queer Eye, and that's as much as I'm ready to do now.